Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session. That is, let me share the screen. Welcome to this webinar, everyone. That is to become a new you. So some more participants are joining. Let them join. All right, we are ready to go. So I hope you all can see the screen here. So today we are going to take a session, on a session called how to become a new you, and that is transform your life now. Because to become a new you, it's nothing but you are going to change yourself. Because, when we are born, we are not born perfect. We are not perfect when we are born, but we have learned everything from the day one. So we don't know even how to drink air, water, or how to walk, how to talk to other people, how to eat as well. Has been everything has been taught by our parents as well as the teachers. So, or we have learned from the family, friends or relatives, from others. So we didn't learn anything by our own, but we have learned by looking at them and being with them, right? So why do we need this change? Why should we become a new me or a new you? That is why I have to change. So what is the need or necessary to change myself is the question, right? So because as I said, we are not perfect. Any human being you take is not born perfect. We need to change ourselves so that we can improve our lives. To improve our lives, we have to change ourselves, isn't it? Right. So, how do we transform this? How can we change ourselves? How can we be better than what we are now? How can we be better, right? So, that is nothing but you're transforming your lives from today, that is from now. From now, you're going to transform your entire life. And how you can do that? Is it possible? That's a question mark in your minds, right? So yes, you can do it. You all can do it. We can do it. All together can do it. That is, life can change. Results are guaranteed. Please look at the screen. Life can change. Results are guaranteed if efforts are guaranteed. If at all, we put 100% efforts on everything. So life can change. That is, the results are 100% guaranteed. Then let's quickly move on to how we can change. What is the first step for changing ourselves? There are some skills, right? So everybody needs those skills. So what are those? Those are nothing but the life skills which are never been taught for us in the school or at homes, right? So it's never been taught. Right? So somebody is joining. Fine. It's never been taught, as I said. One second. Right. So why isn't being taught here in India? So I'll tell you a story or a kind of a thing what happened in the way back 2000 and also in 1980s. In the year 1980, there were uh, a committee in United States of America. They have conducted a survey on students, youngsters, and the teenagers. They have come to know that the students are really missing some skills without which they cannot be a good student. They are really having some problems which should be rectified. So they have recognized the committee or the people who have conducted the survey has recognized few deficiencies in the students as well as few employees who are working for the companies. So what are those? And those they have made the list and recognized them or known, or they have named it as life skills. And in the United States of America, that is USA, and many other countries abroad, they have been taught life skills everywhere apart from our India, but still, the people who are studying diploma in different streams, they do have this life skills as a subject, but they are not really serious about learning these life skills. So let's quickly see to change up, because everybody, we want to change, right? So we would like a change because change is always good. Change is always good because it helps us improve ourselves or improves our personality. So let's see what are these life skills. These life skills are nothing but problem solving, decision making, creative thinking, self awareness. Second, guys. This is very... Let me share the screen for you. So these are the skills which are mandatory for us to learn for leading a good professional life as well as personal lives. Why is it so important to make our professional life as well as personal life so good, and to run a good life? We do need it, right? So these are the skills. As I said, problem solving makes us or helps us to solve our day-to-day problems, maybe in our life, personal life, or as well as in professional lives. Whenever there are some people, or when we question ourselves, we always try to or hide, or we always try to give excuses. When our parents, for example, when our parents say something to do, we just give excuse that no, I have some work, I can't do it. Or even in the college, if your teachers or your friends say something to do, you just reject it. You say no, I can't do. That's not the solution, right? You have to help them and you have to solve the problem. If there is a problem, you would become a good problem solver. It helps you, or it makes you stronger by solving the problems. So maybe you don't have the problems now, but later on, everybody, life would definitely, maybe professionally as well as personally, there are many number of problems we solve every day, and always try to always find a solution out of the problem, right? So that is how you solve the problem, is problem solving. The second thing is decision making. So the way you take the decision is nothing but becomes a good decision maker. The more efficiently you make the decisions on your own, or you research on some subject and you don't know how to do it, you can work on it, right? Every time you work out on a particular subject or on a topic, you would can definitely become a good decision maker, even if you don't know about the topic. So you can definitely always learn it and make a decision, right? So this helps you to succeed in your life, both professionally and personally. And then is the creative thinking. Creative thinking is very good, or I can say it's now in nowadays, that is a booming word or a trending word, I can say, which every employer is looking for. Every employer, that is every company nowadays, are looking for creative thinking people, because they want people who can think different and think new, because every day our world is improving or improvising, or we are inviting a change, because the thing what it looks today may not be liked by us tomorrow, because we need something new. Every day we need something new, we need something different, we need, so is the business. For any client, for any kind of a market you take, creative thinking is always beneficiary for everyone. So inculcate a creative thinking habit. So how do you think, how do you can make it? So how do you can create or help you yourself in creative thinking? So that's what is the question. So it's like if there is a topic, if there is a subject, particular subject, you try to have a complete knowledge on it. That is, you have to have a basic knowledge, and then do a research on that particular topic, and then observe. So what's happening for during in what's happened. So when the subject, the topic was created or it was made, how it was, and now what is the trending, how it is trending, and what's the difference. So something is being different. So if there is a product, for example, we all use the mobile phones, right? So the first mobile phone was of a different kind. It was not like before, right? So the creative thinkers who are working for the companies are, they are thinking it, and they are developing a new model. So as the market is running till now, right? Otherwise, we never buy a new product. We just get used to the old one and we just stick to it. But the business makers or the companies, they won't survive in the market if they are just stick to one product or with the old one, right? So they create a new version, develop a new thing, new software, new hardware, and they make changes, they would make features, and then there are more competitors as well. So everywhere you go, there are many number of competitors, even for the any product, or even for the students, or for the employees. So we are going to complete our education, and then we will be entering into the world, where a real world, where we have to search for a job, and then we have to invite the change again. That is right. We definitely, that's a change for good, right? So there again, creative thinking. The more creative you are, you would be selected, or you would be hired, or you can be given promotion. So always try to keep learning on the things which are new and which are trending, and also the one which you know better. Try to research on it and observe it, and then learn the new things, what are coming, what can be. So what can be next, or you can be a scientist as well, right? So it depends upon yourself, how potentially you think, and how good abilities you have, you use them. That's it. And then is the critical thinking. Critical thinking is something like, in some situations, there is an issue called critical issues in the companies. So something has been down. For example, I'm on this call now. We are doing a Zoom session webinar, and suddenly, what if the net is completely down? So what if the video doesn't come, or what if it is not audible? I have to immediately, I should have a thinking that, yes, what is the alternate of this. It's like, the bulb, they say, it immediately, it makes us realize that, yes, this is wrong. So something, we have to do it now, right? So that is the way how you people have to think critically in the critical situations. You have to act accordingly, immediately, and efficiently. That is what is critical thinking. And next is a self-awareness. Self-awareness is a kind of a self reflection. It is your reflection. It's like a mirror. So what are you? How you dress, how you look, how you talk to others, how you behave with others, how you reply to others, how you behave. It's a complete discipline, combined with your behavior, your attitude, your everything, your knowledge, everything. It's your personality. It's nothing but your personality. So how you make your personality a good personality, mentally and physically. It's nothing but the self-awareness, how you behave in the critical situations, how you behave in the, when you have to make good decisions, how you behave when you have happiness, how you behave when you are in anger. So that's what is a self-awareness, or having a self-control on yourself is nothing but self-awareness, which is an important life skill. Then is empathy. So empathy is like a word, uh, somebody talks to you, and you reply them politely, softly, and you address to each and every statement of them. So that is nothing but the empathy. And then is the interpersonal relationship. So how do you maintain an interpersonal relationship with your family or with your colleagues or your friends, your everywhere you go, you go to social gatherings, you go attend functions, you attend seminars, you attend you visit other colleges as well, right? So the how good, how well you try to mingle with your friends and you make friends and you develop a good circle and you develop a good interpersonal relationship. All the above points, like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these points combined are helpful to become or make a good interpersonal relationship. And then is the good communication. You all know communication is very important and it's a must have in the world, in this global world. And then is the management of stress. So how you manage your stress? So during your examinations you manage your stress, right? So how you manage it? You're very tense when you have your examinations, so you don't know what to do and how to say, and you have to behave. I don't know, you're going to be like in a very danger zone or danger mode. I don't know how many credits I would get, how I don't know how many marks I would be securing. So you're really not aware of it and you go into the stress mode, which you should not. So how you manage the stress is very important. So you need to manage it properly. That is, you need to think of yourself that I have to manage myself when I am in stress. When I am, because this comes when you have confident on yourself. When you do a perfect 100%, studies, you study properly, you give your time on your, studying to the 100%. You do the best of you can, then only you can manage your stress, isn't it? That's correct. See, for example, I'm taking a session today and you all are here. You are hearing the session. If at all you don't hear it properly, and then end of the session, if I ask you some question, you would not be able to answer it. Why? And then you go into stress mode again, because I would be asking you a question to a particular one and you will not be in a position to answer it. So that is not the thing, right? You should give your 100% concentration, and you have to do your best, and then only you can manage your stress. So you no need to go for the stress, because you are already confident. You have a self control on yourself that yes, I'm going to get good marks because I have done my best. That's what your mind says to yourself, right? So that is how you manage the stress levels. So, and how you manage the emotions, as you know, as we already discussed, that is anger as well as happiness. Emotions, we all have emotions. Somebody says something to you and you're really worried. Somebody says something that, see, you are not good, you're bad, or you're not doing this correctly, or you're not behaving properly. There are many things what people say. So just behaving accordingly and managing those things is nothing but management of emotions. So you need to neutralize all kind of emotions. Maybe happiness, you should be in a position to adapt to happiness and also adapt to the sadness. So both are should be managed properly. For example, why this is important is because being a employee, you would be working in a company where your boss, your team leader, or your manager says to you that what the work you have done, the task which is has been given to you is not done correctly. So you get stressed. Immediately you get, sometimes some of the people, they cry, they might be unhappy, and they don't know what to say. So how do you do, what do you do then? That is rectifying your uh, problem, or rectifying what wrong you have done is the solution. So managing your emotion, not crying, but making sure that I won't repeat it again, and I will do with 100% concentration and with efforts, is the good response you do when you have emotions. That is management of emotions. That's what we are learned. So we have learned here now. So all these 10 skills, and in this, the main important what the global world is looking for is the good communication. So let's move on to the next slide, which is communication. So before that, this again a decision making skill. What decides which way to choose. So you're always in a mode of like left or right. So you decide. So decide it properly towards the correct goal. So then, as I said, communication skill. Why communication skill is most important? What do you mean by communication? Is it more important for us? Is it so important that we can't live in this world or we can't survive? So now in this global world, many of us are really perplexed because they are not having good communication. So what do you mean by communication? I talk to you and you talk to me. This is not communication. I speak to you, that is, I talk to you, which is in a language which is understandable way. So I talk to you and you understand what I say. It's nothing but a communication. It's not just a one-way process, but it's a two-way communication process. It's very important for each and every individual to learn, and it's a must-have skill. It's called must-have skill for every individual who want to join any company, want to work anywhere in the corporate companies or anywhere. Now, they have a survey has been taken in the year of 2018, and the most important and the must-have skills are recognized as communication skills. These communication skills play a very important role because you go to a company, you go for interview, and there they would ask you a question, and when your reply is improper, it's not correctly been given to them, then they might reject you. Yes, this happens. They might definitely reject you because in this global world there are many competitors. You are not only the one who is going for the interview, but there are many people. You are not only competing with yourself but with many others in the world. For one particular job you are getting around 1,000, 2,000, maybe 10,000s of people are applying for one single job, and you should be the one unique person who should be felt by the employer. So how would you do it? See, according to a global study, the communication skills are the must-haves, and every student, every individual has a uniqueness, and is unique. So I have a different skill, and you have a different skill. Everybody has their own talent. Everybody has their own skills. Can be done in a different way and can be selected by the employer. There are many people, yes, we can, but how can it be done? So it is, you can be done only by expressing your views. You talk to them properly, you give a correct explanation in a proper way, and you can seek the attention from the employer, and you grab the job, you crack the job, right? So in communication, as I said, it's a two-way process. And then some people again say that it's a good communication. So for example, when we talk, we say he has a very bad communication. That means we cannot understand what he's saying. So that is bad communication. And then the good communication, and the good communication is again categorized into verbal communication, which is nothing but orally, whatever we talk is a oral communication, and non-verbal, which is nothing but a written form. That is, you write a mail to your managers, you write a mail to your your colleagues in when working in a company. You write a magazine, you write become a content writer. You write posts on a social media. Everything is non-verbal or in the written form. So, and also verbal, the first one is oral, which is verbal. So both are very important, very, very important. So when we say verbal, it again categorized like, you have, when I'm talking to you, I'm on a video conference or a video webinar with you. So I'm talking to you verbally, this orally. So what does it include? So you can observe that, you are making an eye contact with me, right? You are looking at me, and somebody may, or somebody might just listen to what I'm talking, but most of them might be looking at me, having an eye contact and having a look at how the way I'm talking. Yes, so this is one of the communication skill, good communication skill. And then maintaining a good body language. So the how you look, how you talk, how you behave, how you dress, how you give the gestures. Like, some people, they, I can tell you, there are many people who doesn't, who know how to behave, but still when talking with somebody, they make faces. They just, make faces or different kind of a gestures, which is not at all a correct thing. One should not do that. One should avoid it. So this is the skills, because these are all the skills which our employer is looking at. Earlier, when we studied, when we completed our graduation and post graduation, at the time, the companies were not looking at that, but they used to train. Instead, they used to train us on these. But now it's not like that. They are not going to give you any kind of a spoon feed, but they need people, they need professionals, they need students who already have good communication skills, good life skills, because they don't want to waste time. They don't want to invest on anything on these skills again. So that is why it is very important or necessary for us to learn all these things when we are studying. And then be silent. So maintaining a discipline and silence whenever somebody is talking, or somebody's teaching, or somebody's saying something, when some important topic is going on, whenever you are in a family or even outside with professionally or personally, you should be, when other person is talking, you should maintain silence. And that is one important point again, because if you try to make it as a culture or make it as a habit, this makes you a good individual or good personal human being as well. And again, you give a smiling face, like keep a smiling face, or you just give us a good smile, not a big smile but very little smile. When somebody's talking to you, it gives a positive gesture and makes the speaker feel comfortable and talk to you or deliver the lectures more and more. And even if you're going for any kind of a job as well, and if you have any questions, you can just ask them too. So these are the important effective communication skill hacks. And as I said, this slide is again about communication skills, listening skills, emotional intelligence, team working, negotiation, how you negotiate and how you work in a team. So always in a team, whenever you're working in a team, and all of them would be working towards one single task, one single goal. So always teamwork needs to be maintained. So we don't never think that, no, I'm going to do single wholly. No, I'm not going to mingle with them. This is not at all a proper thing, but you have to mix with all the people. That is, whenever you have a good life skills and communication skills, you try to mix with the people, you try to mingle with the people, you try to, be very good with them. You have with which you have good or you can develop your interpersonal skills as well. And if you have good interpersonal skills, definitely you can make more friends and more network around. So which indeed helps you in each and every hardships of life. So and then to be a good speaker, for example, you want to talk something, you go for a group discussions, right? So you go, or in a classroom you do have seminars. So if you want to become a good speaker, you want to talk something on a topic and you want somebody to pay attention to what you're saying, so the first thing is becoming active listeners. So to be an active listener, that is actively listening to what is being said, is the most important thing to be a good speaker. So now you're listening to me, what I'm talking, and in the same way, if you just try to concentrate on it, whatever I'm saying, and you would definitely become a good speaker, because your mind understands it. It goes into the transformation mode. It understands what is being said, and if you it has, the brain has the capacity to actively listen to what is being said, and then it delivers whenever it is required. That is what is active listening is. So, and most of the times I see people, they always listen to somebody. For example, you're attending a seminar today, sorry, webinar, or anywhere you go. So some people listen with, for example, you're in a class, attending your session, you're in a classroom, but you know, there is just read what is there on the screen, or I will read it out for you. It is listen with curiosity. Listen with curiosity, and speak with honesty. Speak with honesty. Act with sincerity. Act with, sorry, with integrity. The greatest problem with communication is we don't listen to understand. We don't listen to understand. We listen to reply. Most of the times it happens, right? We don't listen. So whenever our parents are talking to us, or our siblings are talking to us, we don't listen to understand them, but we only listen to reply, because we would be deciding what our reply is. We know it already, so we just give a reply but don't understand. But this is not at all correct. You have to rectify this. You have to change this habit. If you are having this as a habit, please do change it now. So we listen to reply. And when we listen with curiosity, we don't listen with the intent to reply, but we listen for what's behind the words. Most of the time this happens because, you know, politicians or maybe other people you'd be watching, so somebody's saying something politically. If you listen what the politicians are doing, one speaker says something, and the other people, he takes the meaning, what is behind this, what is the actual reason behind this. So it's his intention, or he or she, her intention would be only to grab what is behind his words or her words. This is not at all correct. Please change it. As we all know, politicians are not good, of course, but even we do it the same in our personal and professional lives, which is not at all a correct thing again. Right? So you're trying to transform. Right now, we are little bit, we have learned some half of it, and we are going to into a transformation. And then is the business writing skills. So business writing skills is nothing but, again, as I said, it comes into the communication, which deals with emails, magazines, with content writing, social media, and letters, everything, whatnot. So whatever is in the written form comes on the business writing skills. So what is business writing? So whenever you are working for someone, working for a company, or working for yourself, working for doing some business, you have to, you know, at least, you know, if you're doing a business, you need to write a quotation or give a quotation about your product to somebody else, to the client. So how do you write it? That's the most important thing. You don't talk, you don't speak, you don't explain, you just write a letter. Or for example, as you know, simply I'll tell you, you have a reason, you don't want to attend the college tomorrow, and you want to take a leave, and you write a letter and give it to your head of the departments or your concerned faculties, right? Or your principal. Write a letter to your principal. Then how do they approve your letter? So for approving it, you should be writing the letter in such a format that which is understandable and which is attractive, and also the reason which you have mentioned should be correct, and there should not be any grammatical mistakes. There should not be any kind of mistakes like vocabulary or sentence formation. Everything should be proper, right? So if you just write it in a wrong way, if you don't write it in a proper way, or without with mistakes, with grammatical mistakes, then the principal or somebody would not understand what you have written, right? Same way, just a letter you are unable to write. So in the same way, in a company, if you're working and if you don't write a letter to the client or your manager in a proper way, you might be get fired. That is, you might lose the job. They might think that this particular candidate does not have a good skill even how to write a letter. So this might, let you down and also lose your job. So finally you would be the loser. So so and we never think of losing ourselves, or we never want to become a loser, right? So for that, what are the rules what we should be followed, that should be followed to make it an effective writing? So these are the basic rules. Please look at the screen, guys, slide. So these are the basic rules we have. Like whenever you write to the point, like, I have a health issues, I'm unwell, yes, I have a health problem, I could not attend the class tomorrow. Yes, it's point to point. Don't write that I'm not going to attend and I have a problem, or I'm not going to come tomorrow because just I'm not going to come tomorrow. No, write properly, write, mention proper reason, point to point, what is there, and try to understand, make the problem understand by the reader. So getting to the point, being concise, paraphrasing, you paraphrase it, write in paragraphs, use short sentences, not a longer one or not long stories, short, very shorter. And use the list. If you have points like 1, 2, 3 numbering, you can just give them. And effective, if you have any questions to ask them, like not for the principal, but any others, you're writing a letter to the client. So you may ask questions if you have, I want to clarify further. So maintaining or have checking punctuation, grammar, and spelling before sending the letter is most important again. So as we said, there is a list, so list should be followed. We have to write the main points and then important points using the bullets. You use it when using the Microsoft Word, that is, you write an email and you use bullets, and then you see the capitalization, and then you check whether the punctuation is correct or not. Everything we do check it before sending, which are very, very important and plays a very important role. And because of these reasons as well, you might get fired off. So these are the important things. And then is the career guidance. So why the career guidance is so important for us? Why is it so important to learn, to know what our career is going to be in the future? Yes. So we need to know how we are, and how next what we are going to do in the near future. We need to plan accordingly for that. For example, you are into the streams, like, they are, just look at the slide. You have health and medical services, you have technical education, you are into, or you are pursuing your technical education now. And also if you're working for an education institution, if you're an employee and you are working somewhere else, and then if you're doing a finance or business. So for these people, how you should guide yourself for a better career, how you should. So before that, your career, when we say career itself, it is a combination of many things. That is, first and foremost is the education. That is, the education qualification what you have, that you should be having a good graduation or a post graduation. And then followed by a vision. Vision is something what you see, and what you want to become. Like, yes, I can think this, I want to become this, I want to go into this position, I want to become a trainee in the first position, or a junior engineer, or a junior doctor, or whatever it is. So the first entry level position. Or if you want to set up a business, so I want to become a businessman, right? That is a vision. So it's what you think is nothing but a vision, what you think to become. And then the skills. So what are the skills you have? Whether you have good technical skills along with good life skills and communication skills, or we call soft skills, whether you have or not. Even that is important in your career. And then what are your interests? What are you interested into? Whether you want to be a good businessman, whether you want to become a good financier, whether you want to become a good banker, whether you want to become a good IT professional, whether you want to become something else, whatever it is, educationist, whatever it is, you can. So what is your interest? So you have to work according to your interest. Then what are the values you have? So values in the sense, what are the, our career has some values. So what is that? So you need to think about the values of it. So is it good, and does it give good respect? And also, is it good for myself if I work there? These are the things which are also attached emotionally. So we have to think. And then we have goals. So goals is nothing but what you want. Everybody has goals, but again, and goals have uh, short-term goals and long-term goals. So every individual should have a short-term as well as a long-term goal, which is most important again. So today, what is my short-term goal today? It's nothing but, for example, you're taking a session. So your short-term goal, when you have received the link that you had a short-term goal to join the webinar, this is the short-term goal. And once this is completed, so you're done with the short-term goal. So the next, what you want to do next? So what is going to be done in the future? How can I improve myself is a long-term goal. And how should I improve and then reach the goal is a long-term goal again. And you should be in a position to improve yourself and think about your career and have a long-term and a short-term goal. So, and the next is the career planning. And look at the screen. This is how do you plan your career? So you have a plan and you have a goal. So if you look at the goal, according to the goal, you have to plan it. And how do you plan it? And as we being human beings, we have a lifespan or up to maybe 65 to 70 years, hardly, maybe 75 or 65. So I have taken around 65 years. Maybe we will be retired till 65, and beyond 65 we might live, or we may not. But how do you plan till 65? How do you plan it is most important. It's not just living a life for the sake of living, but how do you live these 65 years full-fledgedly and happily is most important. And in this, at the age of 20, now you're around age 20, 21, 22, where you are doing your graduation, right? So now you explore the things, you try to learn new things every day. You get many thoughts in your mind. You get to learn everything online, offline, in the classrooms. Every new topic is new, and you're exploring. You are trying to check yourself whether this topic is good or bad. You don't know. You are in a confused stage. Sometimes you are in a dilemma stage, but that is nothing but exploration stage. You are still exploring. Exploration is always good. It's a good thing that you're exploring at the age of 20. then you then you move on to age 25. That is in between 20 to 25. You explore the things, and then you finally get settled down at the age of 25. That is, you have a fixed job at 25. That is, you enter into a company, maybe a public or a private, or that is government or a private company. You do work for it. You are settled a little bit. That is, you are stable there and working for someone, right? Or you would have been set up some company or a small scale industry or anything else, anything business on your own, or a grocery shop, or anything which you might feel comfortable, but you are having it. You will be doing it at the age of 25. That you should have a plan in your mind. And then you move on to the age 30. For example, if you are continuing in the education field, and then you are working for a company, and then at the age of around 30, you try you should always try to, you work in a company and you don't try to learn anything new, would throw you off from the company. Anywhere you work, keep on learning new technologies, keep on learning new things, that is knowing what is there in the market, what is trending accordingly, and what is updated. If we take a kind of a software, any kind of software, Oracle, somebody's learning Oracle, very we would be learning around maybe Oracle 9.1 or 9 point, maybe 10 10G, so version of it. But in the market there is almost 20, that is the latest version. So you need to know, you need to learn what is the updated version and how I can learn it, or what are the changes, what are the differences, are there many changes, or are, if there are very some, then how can I learn those. Keep on working on or improvising yourself, keep on learning or adapting to the new changes in the technologies or in the business or wherever it is in the career is most important. And then you have, from age 30 to 45, you try to maintain the same position in a company, or you try to, there would be a progress in your, you would be given a good position, a high position, you would be getting a promotion, you would be promoted, and you'd be getting a good salary, and your life is going good. That is, you would be maintaining that position in the company or anywhere else for at least for 10 to 15 years, is that you have become a stable in your life. And then it goes at 55 and 65, you reach 55, and then you have some goals towards retirement, how good you can save for the betterment of yourself, and how you can still improve your career or still go into the business. So you're never been late for anything else but doing something on your own or working for a company, and for the but within the stipulated time, or the within the time is most important. And then it goes the retirement. So you go and retire, you just leave the company, or you could take your voluntary retirement, and that's all is the life. You have to plan accordingly. So if you don't plan accordingly, our life is not going to be a easy task, or it is not going to be so easy as you think. It has many hurdles, it has many problems, it has many things what you have to uh, you know take decisions about your life regarding the career. And if you're looking at the screen, you can see a small plant that is a very small sapling which has just come out of the seed. And this is like a bud, it is coming from the seed and it's like a bud, right? So this is just like you all, because you are pursuing your studies now, and you are going to face the real world, the actual world, which is same like a small plant, a sapling. This small sapling is going to bear with all the weather conditions, whatever it is, and it would definitely grow, and it would fight with the weather, fight with whatever condition. Maybe sometimes it may get water or not, maybe it gets some nutrients or not, but it would get survived in the weather, irrespective of the situations or the conditions of the weather. But it grows, it keeps on growing. And if we see at some plants outside where we never water them, but they are growing. How is happening? Because it's life, and it's the seed itself. It fights, it gets the nutrient, it absorbs the nutrients from the soil, it absorbs wherever it is there. Because it fights hard with itself to move further, to grow further. So that's what every individual should have, that kind of a intention or a thought in our mind to grow ourselves. Is in this world, we are either growing or you are dying. Either we are growing or we are dying. So get into motion, that is, get emotionally, and then grow yourself, because we should not give any other chance or choices to ourselves, nothing but growing ourselves, because growing is always good, and it's good for us, good for the family, good for everyone, right? And then knowing ourselves, we know we often do some mistakes that, we always try to know about others. We always have an intention of knowing about others. We always try to poke into others, like to know, we want to know what's happening in their mind, what's happening, what are they doing, what others are doing, right? We do think, yes, agree to this. Yes, we are doing it. Why? And what is it called? Knowing others is intelligence. Yes, you're intelligent. You all are knowing others. That's good. You're intelligent. But knowing yourself is a true wisdom. Knowing yourself is a true wisdom, because if you know about yourself, you would be more confident, you would be more successful, because you would be concentrating on yourself, how to improve yourself, how to change yourself, because you decide whether you're good or bad, or you decide whether how you are, right? So knowing yourself is a true wisdom. So always try to make a note of what are the positive things you have and the negative things you have, because this is also a point this is also a point you have in your curriculum vitae, or the resume you add into. Because if you know about yourself, again I'm saying it, what is the positiveness or in yourself can be written there. You can write it in your resume that I'm a positive minded person. So this leaves a good impression on the employer, and this might create a good impact on the HR manager, who might definitely hire you, or he might ask a question on you as well. And then if you have given appropriate answer, and you'd be selected, because the people, the employers need good and positive people, right? And mastering others is strength. We try to master others, we try to know about others. Knowing and then mastering is that, mastering is nothing but we know everything about others. We know everything about our siblings, we know everything about others, and come to a decision or a conclusion, and we feel that this is our strength. But mastering yourself is a true power, but we don't know about ourselves. We don't bother what we are, we don't bother about what we are doing, we don't bother about how we should move further, we don't bother about what's happening in our lives. But this should be changed, that mastering yourself is a true power, right? So being more powerful is more important. That is mastering yourself. Yes, I can do this. Any work. So how do you do this? For example, somebody has given you a task, right? So then you can complete it by wholly, by single. You can complete it. So for example, next time, and you say it to yourself, you do a self-talk that I can complete the work because this time they have given me a work, and this leaves a good impact on others, that yes, I can do my work, and this might improve my self-confidence, that I can do it independently. Whatever the work it is, maybe it is related to your work or college or studies, or even at home, you do some work because you help your parents. So it gives the work you do with 100% attention and concentration, helps you improve your true power. Yes. So I hope you all are changing yourself now in this session. Thinking, yes, thinking is always good. Getting thoughts, thinking, and changing is always good. So invest in yourself is the best investment you will ever make. Always invest in yourself. That is maybe related to the education. From the day one of our schools, our parents are spending money on our education, right? So investing yourself is the best thing. Whenever you see you got to know this is a new trending technologies, these are the things I have to learn, and nothing is for free. Only few are for free, but not all. So investing in yourself, that is for yourself, is the best investment you will ever make. And it will not only improve your life, it will improve the lives of all around you. If you see at the picture, look at the screen, you see a picture where a mother is sitting in the middle, and then you have two, who's a son and a daughter, or two daughters, right? These people are happy being with the mother because the mother is earning, because the mother is happy, and these are the dependents on her, and also leading a very good life being with her. That is, when you become success, your family, you get an entire family who are attached with you. And when you are not success, when you are trying to not improve yourself, will spoil the relations as well. Then how do you build a career? So you need to realize your goals to build a career. You have to never stop learning. That is, you have always keep on learning the things every day. Any new topic, any new thing, ask it to yourself, listen properly, and learn them, and fulfill your current job. If you're working somewhere, then you have to fulfill the current work, a job in the sense work, and build your network. That is, you build your network as you make more friends. It's nothing but building your network. And then you prepare for yourself. So a self preparation is very good, important thing again. And why the career planning is more important? Because life never gives you a second chance. But some people do get it, but not everyone. And because the opportunity, it just comes once. It doesn't, there is a saying, always they say, we don't get a second chance, or opportunities never knock the door twice, right? So yes, believe me, it is correct. So if you don't plan it now, you don't succeed. So if you plan it now, you will succeed. So plan it now, not tomorrow or not day after. So this is the way you plan the things. And what is the need for, again, career planning? Because there is a law of the jungle which says that, if you're just the one in the competitive world, there are many people in this world. There are many competition, in this world, there is a competition. And in this competitive world, there are many people who are fighting for the survival. And it's like a law of the jungle where it says those who are weak are crushed by the mighty. If you are weak, if you are not stronger enough, and or if you're not self-confident, if you're not confident, if you don't have a confidence on yourself, and if you are not putting on your efforts 100%, then you would be crushed by the mighty. That is, you'll be crushed by the other person. Yes, it happens. It is just like a law of jungle. In a jungle, there are many animals, and if you don't try to survive yourself, if you don't try to fight back, and if you don't try to save yourself, you would be crushed. You'd be killed. So we have to understand by these things are being observed everywhere. So you have to observe these things and understand and what life is and why the career planning is so important. So a career planning always makes a person competitive because it reminds us always that, this is the thing, what is happening in the real world. And then if you have any questions, you can just, mention in the chat. I am there to reply you. And then we have, we are connected here through the What Next Career Services, and they do provide education, employment, and as well as the abroad education services. They are providing all these around the globe. And also they do offer engineering services, business administration services, and if you want any kind of admissions into MBA, IT, any colleges, all over India, even abroad, they are helpful to you. It's a very good, you know, platform for you to help it. And then these employment services also include, they are, because they are collaborated with top MNC companies in Hyderabad and all over India as well. So you would be placed with 100% placement as well. Because, and also they are providing good training classes, and as well as for soft skills, personality development, as well as the technical courses are being offered. And apart from it, there's a wonderful course which is called revenue cycle management, which is which they are giving 100% job assistance for this, 100% assured, which is revenue cycle management for the, in health stream. It's a health stream course. And then, as I said, it's a broad education. If you want to, pursue your education abroad, you want to move abroad and do some other courses, or you want to pursue your MS, they are ready to assist you, help you with all the, planning. And then there are many branches in Hyderabad, Siddipet, Huzurabad, and Warangal as well. So you can definitely, you can contact them, or you can, some people who are connected through me, you can contact them. I can share you the details, and then, or if you people have directly their number, you can definitely contact them directly. And if you want to learn a total course of communication skills, and if you want to get 1 year of placement assistance, and you want a registered e-certificate on any of the courses, any of the training courses, and if you also want, avail or get access to free online classes for the lifetime, and there is a wonderful opportunity, and the whole workshop includes inclusion of all the workshop is for only 999, that is 999. You're getting the complete training course, and in detailed course. It's not around 15 to 20 days of training, online sessions and online activities, on one-on-one sessions would be there as well. So everything would be taken care by Watnick Services. And then, and I really thank everyone for attending this session and being patient so nicely. And I think you all have transformed till now, because today you would be thinking, just trying to think today, how was the class, and how did you feel any change in yourself? Just remember, because our mind always remember the things, but slowly just close your eyes after the session and think from the start of the session how it was started, and what were the things that were taught, and whether you have to change yourself or not. Because we have learned about life skills, business communication skills, writing skills, and the career guidance, which all are very important. And every point, every point or every life skill, and also the communication skill class is, it's a huge topic, but we would discuss it and make you train it. It's like a workshop. We do an online workshop, so you can attend these sessions and move forward for 999. And if you're interested, and if you want to, definitely, because this lockdown time, it is a very good time for you people sitting at home. You are learning these things, because if you just, after completing your graduation, you go to Hyderabad, and if you try to learn these, they are very, very expensive again. And there's a good time you can learn these things, however. And so use this opportunity. It's a good thing for you all, right? So again, I thank you all for listening to this webinar, and hopefully I would like to see you in the next webinar as well, the next sessions. Thank you all. Thank you.